Lean on us.
We are here for you.
You matter.
You are not alone.
Are you feeling overwhelmed? Not sure where to turn? The National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there for you 24/7. Call or text 988 or chat at 988sc.org. Whether you're having an emergency or you know someone who needs support now, they can help you take the next step towards finding hope and healing.
There is hope. 988sc.org.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Hey, it's Jim Chapman reminding you that if you have not heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. 1, it's free. 2, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. 3, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's really everything you need to make a podcast in only one place. It makes it easy, folks. So do me a favor, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
You may be thinking to yourself, well, I don't know how to get out on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube, and I don't know how to edit. I don't have editing software, and I don't know how to do artwork or how to come up with a logo or how to build a website. Guess what? Here at Envision Podcast Studio Rentals, we do every bit of that. We specialize in this. So you come in, you sit down, you talk, and we have packages that are laid out. And those packages are basically options for you. Maybe you are someone that knows your way around a podcast, and all you want to do is record because your podcast equipment is on the fritz or something like that. No problem. We'll record it, and we'll give you that on a jump drive, and you can go to town with it and rock and roll. But let's say you're someone that's never done a podcast, and you're interested in learning. Maybe you don't want us to handle it every time for you. Maybe we just do a few episodes, but you want us to train you on how to do that stuff. We have it. We offer that. We actually have a podcast starter package, for example, that includes 1 1-hour video podcast or 2 half-hour audio podcasts. In addition to that, it includes logo design. It includes, of course, a little bit of training that you'd be interested in. It includes the booth and all the equipment and some other artwork to post promote and pre-promote it. It also includes Spotify setup, Apple Podcast setup, Google Podcast. It's like we set it up on 6 different audio formats as well as YouTube. You get all of that, and it's less than $500. Less than $500. And we edit everything. I mean, literally, your first podcast comes out and you did nothing but sat down and talked, basically. From there, we have packages as you learn where you can do an audio podcast for less than $50. An audio and video podcast for less than $66. And if you want to edit the podcast, it's only about $20 more for a video and $15 more for audio. So we can talk about all that. Reach out to us. I can tell you, if you have a podcast, you want to get serious with it, and you want Google to figure out who you are and what you do so that they can push you out there and people start watching that podcast, you better have a website centered around podcasting. Very important. I did not really jump to new heights until I had my podcast website set up again at www.localleadersofpodcast.com. And incidentally, there is a podcast website for Envision Podcast Studio Rentals, and that is at www.envisionpodcaststudio.com. And of course, I'm going to link all that to this video so that you don't have to rewind and write down and all that sort of stuff. Now, in addition to all of that, we do logo design, website builds, training, artwork, pre and post promotion, all of those things. And I encourage you to go to Envision Podcast Studio and check that out because we break it down really easy. Incidentally, you can also go there and you can book the booth right there online. You never have to talk to anybody. Although I would ask if you can reach out and just shoot me a text or something. That it's supposed to shoot me a text, but just to kind of double up on that. If you can reach out and shoot me a text, that will be great. But you can actually see when it's booked, when it's not booked. You can pick a date, a time. It's like booking a trip to Disney World, and you pay right there online. You never have to talk to anybody. You could do this at 2:00 in the morning when that great idea comes in your head. Whatever you want to do. So that's Envision Podcast Studio Rentals. Now, under that same umbrella, we also do social media management. Social media ties in with podcasting. It's like peas and carrots, right? So a big part of our success is our promotion on social media that we do for Local Leaders of Podcast and some other folks that we handle podcasts for. All of that being said, there are a lot of companies, especially smaller companies, that have not kind of figured out social media yet. They haven't figured out exactly how it works. And guess what? It's not easy. Even for us people that I have 30 different certifications in social media management from every major website and blog company there is. And a lot of hours and a lot of time to get those certifications. And even then, I have to stay up on it on a daily basis. It changes. They have algorithms. Those algorithms change. There's a big one coming with Facebook, and also a big one coming with Google shortly that are going to kind of change the ball game, and we're going to have to figure that algorithm out as professionals in this industry. No problem though. They have people that go rogue that tell us all that stuff. It's a long story, but anyway, social media management is another thing that we do, and it really assists those local small businesses that, number one, don't have the time. Number two, don't really have the knowledge. Short of posting a Facebook post and an Instagram picture, that's pretty much a wrap for most small businesses. They don't have the time to invest in it. But let me tell you, if you don't have someone managing your social media that knows what they're doing, now that's the key. It's, first of all, a lot of people look at age and they think if someone's 20 years old and they post pictures on Instagram all the time and they have a long following, that they know what they're doing. It's not necessarily true. It's one thing to post and promote yourself. It's another thing to post and promote your business. Totally different. Your clientele is totally different. So go with a professional.
From humble beginnings in 1989, Big Mike's has long been a place for friends and family to gather for lunch, dinner, and drinks. Big Mike, Jocelyn, and their friendly staff invite you to come in and relax in one of their spacious dining areas, or watch a game on one of the big screen TVs. Big Mike's is a place to meet old friends or make new ones. Big Mike's offers daily and nightly specials, and they specialize in serving up delicious and fresh menu items. Big Mike's offers a catering menu for large groups and has private party rooms for up to 100 guests. Whether you're planning a quick lunch or a large family dinner or just a night out with friends, Big Mike welcomes you to experience a great time. And don't forget to grab some t-shirts, caps, or koozies in the gift shop. Oh, or a bottle of Big Mike's Honey Dijon. It's delicious. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. We're kind of a big deal.
The biggest thing with social media management is the time and the knowledge. And if you're a business owner, it's hard to find time for that. So we do that. Reach out to us and let me know if you want me to just go meet with you, or you come meet with me here at the studio, and we'll cover everything we can do for you on that side of things. So really excited about that as well. Now, I want to thank everyone out there for viewing and listening to Local Leaders, the podcast. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share Local Leaders. We really do strive to shine a spotlight on all of our local businesses, nonprofits, and business leaders in our community. I do want to mention Woody Overton and Real Life, Real Crime, and let them know I had a great time, fantastic, unbelievable time, really, at the Crew Bash 2 that took place at the Texas Club this past weekend. We, like I said, we raised $8,000 for LOPA. Chase Tyler rocked it out, did a great 2-hour show after. He's a local Denham Springs guy, the Chase Tyler Band, and they are always good. I say this at the end of every show, but I do want to reiterate and thank all my sponsors. Trisha Johnston Realtor, BJ Pawn, Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill, Sporting Center, Black Sheep Creative, SR Enterprise Painting, and William Waldrop of TWFG Insurance. I could not do any of this without all of them, folks, period. So please consider these folks when you're making your buying decisions. They support us. We support them. Let's all support each other. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It matters. It's nice to go in a business and that person across from you knows your name, right? And appreciates it that you're there. And that dollar you spend in there goes a long way. It may end up going to that local high school for something. It may end up going to a local nonprofit for something. So Jim Chapman loves local. I know that if you're watching this show, you do too. And I thank all of you for everything you do for me. To sum up the major announcements, look for our Patreon coming out soon. A little bit more out in the future, but maybe sooner than some might think. Look for a franchise of Local Leaders of the podcast if you're in another area of the country. We want this show to touch people in every market. We have a following here that is over 80% local. Other areas of the country are taking notice and are interested in maybe possibly getting a franchise of our company. So look for that maybe in the not so distant future. And the third major announcement, of course, I wanted to introduce you to Envision Podcast Studio Rentals and let you know we are so much more than just renting a space. But we do, of course, that's our bread and butter here. We'll rent this space right here, right where I'm talking from, producing from, and this $25,000 worth of equipment. We'll rent this space to you for audio and video, whatever you want. And it's ultra reasonable. Check out the website. All the prices are there. We don't hide anything. So check out the website for that. It's your own show. Tell your own story. Interview people like I do. We love our little podcasting community here. Until next time, I am Jim Chapman, and I'm reminding you to love your community, support local business, and keep leading. Thank you. Local Leaders, the podcast, is proud to support Mighty Moms. Mighty Moms is a community of ordinary people on an extraordinary mission to end childhood hunger in Livingston Parish. You can find out more information by visiting mightymomsgo.org.
Black Sheep Creative understands the importance of digital marketing and your return on your investment. It's their aim to provide professional web and graphic design services at a price point that smaller businesses and startups can afford. Get in touch with them on the web at blacksheepcreative.com. Sporting Center in Denham Springs is your one-stop shop for team sports equipment, school uniforms, and promotional goods. Conveniently located next to the Antique Village since 1977. Sporting Center, your business means everything to them because your name rides on everything they do.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.